this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber out there that shows full games of all the tips and schemes that he posts on his channel. I show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you'll be able to go ahead and see those full games and see how effective these tips work when I actually play against live opponents online. So guys, I want to go ahead and break into the Atlanta Falcons defensive playbook. Now this is going to be a continuation of a previous playbook that I built, that I broke down, which is the Dolphins. I'm going to put a link right here where you can go ahead and click on, go and see other formations I broke down, such as the nickel, double A gap, the Bears under, and also quarters defense. But there's going to be basically three different formations we're going to take a look at. First and foremost, we're going to take a look at the 43 under. This is a universal blitz that I picked up from a very small YouTube channel called Swift, and these guys, they had it broken down as one blitz, but it's actually a blitzing concept that's universal. You'll be able to get pressure off the left-hand side of the screen. Another blitz I want to go ahead and show you is going to be out of the dime. This is from one of the premier channels out there, and it's going to essentially be the overload 3 show 2. Very easy adjustments, one minor manual adjustment, but you can set this up in a matter of seconds, and very effective, and it actually will get past halfbacks blocking all the time. This is from Zane for Forward Progress, one channel you need to subscribe if you're not so already. The final blitz we're going to take a look at, some of the blitzing concepts we're going to take a look at, is going to be out of the dollar formation. I've shown a variation of this, but I'm going to go ahead and show it to you out of the dollar, and how to go ahead and use other different types of concepts to kind of bait your opponent into thinking that you're going to be getting pressure from one side and then getting on the other side. So let's go ahead and jump into this blitz. We're going to start off with the first blitz we're going to take a look at is going to be the 43 under, and this is actually a universal blitz. So this is a universal blitz. You can actually call this blitz out of pretty much any particular form or play out of this. We're going to use the cover 6 as your base play, and it's very simple. Basically, it's just 3 adjustments, and you've got the blitz already set up. So all we're going to do is we're going to go take our defensive line, we're going to shift them off to the left, and we're going to crash or basically slant inside our defensive line. And the final adjustment is we're going to take the left of screen outside linebacker, and we're going to blitz them. We can go blitz them by hitting our right bumper and taking the right stick and flipping it to the right. And with this particular blitz, basically you're going to be able to get a nice little B-gap pressure right there to get pressure on the inside. So this is a very fast blitz to set up. Shifting the defensive line off to the left, we're going to basically crash our defensive line down, or slant our defensive line down, and we're going to blitz this linebacker right here, or the linebacker right here is going to be the one we're going to blitz. And we can go over blitz that person by actually going ahead and taking a right bumper and then taking the left stick and flipping it to the left, and he'll actually come in. And as you can see right here, the defender actually comes racing in around the B gap, and the other defenders are actually preoccupied, leaving this tackle on an island, and he's not going to be able to get to the other side. So if you've got a fast burning linebacker, he's going to be able to get some fast pressure and catch your opponent off guard. Now what's good about this particular play is that you can set this up with any kind of coverage in the back end. So I'm not showing my opponent cover 2 over here on this side, but on this side I've got a flat defender, I've got a yellow defender, I've got 2 blues. So I can actually go ahead and just and mess up the coverages and the reads against my opponent. So if my opponent likes using a lot of trip sets or putting wide receivers on the right hand side, I can use cover 6, or I can jump into cover 2, or I can use the man version of it. So we're going to jump into another play. We're going to jump into cover 3 coverage, and we're going to blitz our outside linebacker, basically set the blitz up once again. And once again, the blitz will actually come right around, and I've got coverage all over the place, different coverage from my opponent. He's still got to stop that blitz. So what's great about it too is I got edge sting, which is one of the blitzes that's been used in this game a lot. But you can do the same setup again, but this time now you've got another edge blitzer off the back side, and you can actually manually go ahead and take out that linebacker. And this time he goes to the inside, and you have an A gap blitz right there. So if he starts sliding protecting, you have an answer to it. So it's a really easy blitz to set up, very simplistic blitz to set up, and it's a very effective blitz to set up, especially if your opponent is trying to hurry up your offense or no huddle you. You can jump into this blitz and catch him on those crucial third downs. So this is a very easy blitz to set up. Let's go ahead and jump into the next blitz so you guys can see how easy it is to set up and how good it is, how effective it can be. All right, so the next play we're going to take a look at is going to be the dime play, and this is going to be a tip I picked up from Zane for Forward Progress. He's one of the hottest YouTubers out there, primarily because of the phenomenal tips and strategies that he provides. So if you guys, I'm going to put a link down in his channel below. If you haven't heard of him, you got to subscribe. I totally tell you, you're never going to regret it, because you're going to see a lot of great tips. He is a collaborator. He actually does casting for EA. Now, one of the things you want to do is try to put your fastest defensive backs in the slot positions, preferably at the corner number 4 position. One of the things I can do is actually go ahead and put my starting corners on the inside in the dime position. Now the blitz is going to be overload 3, show 2, and you're going to flip this blitz. You're going to get the blitz off the right side. Now what's great about this blitz is that it will sometimes get past the halfback depending on what side they're blocking. The halfback gets stupid and actually will let the blitz in. So this will really confuse your opponent if he has a tendency to block his running back and it's on the right side of the formation, or actually where the blitz is coming from. So logically he's going to think, okay, I've got this covered, I got a halfback over here, but that's not the case with this blitz. All right, so basically the blitz setup is very simple. We're going to base a line by hitting a triangle Y button and taking a left stick and flipping it to the left. We're going to press by hitting a triangle and pushing down on the left stick. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to make a minor adjustment. We're going to take this middle linebacker, we're just going to put him right over the A gap, and we're going to manually use this defender on the edge of the line. And if you want to, you can go ahead and hold your R1 button. That actually will go ahead and defend it. But as you can see right here, the pressure off the edge comes flying in, and what even makes this blitz even more special is that this running back is on a blocking assignment. He is blocking. There are 6 blockers, but he totally whiffs the blocking assignment of the defensive back. I actually had another defender, this linebacker actually came in free, but because of the artificial intelligence, the AI of Madden, he actually stops right there, but that corner comes flying in to go ahead and get the pressure against the quarterback. So this is what's great about this blitz, is that it's a very fast and easy setup. It's 3 steps, real minor adjustment, 1 minor manual adjustment. It's just so subtle your opponent probably won't figure that out, and then you just go ahead and say the guy in the line so you can look for anything underneath. But the coverage actually, as you can see right here, this defender actually goes ahead and follows this coverage across, so it almost is a match type coverage, because that defender shouldn't be there. Let's see what happens with this guy right here. He goes straight up with the other defender. So great coverage on the back end of it, and then it's a very fast and easy blitz. The only way that this blitz will get stopped is if he actually has the halfback on the other side. So that's one of the things that you have to take in consideration. But it's a very fast and easy blitz. Take a look at Zane for Forward Progress. He's a phenomenal YouTube channel. Look at the link below. If you've never heard of him, go ahead and click on him immediately and subscribe. You will not regret it. Okay, so guys, in the description below, there will be breakdowns of how to set these blitzes up. Once again, they're extremely easy to set up, and I'll also provide links to where I found the content. Now, this is a dollar blitz. Actually, this is a blitzing concept that I've been using for a very long time, and it's extremely easy to set up. Now, I showed this to you with basically it was a nickel 335 basically blitz concept, but you can use this in dollar. This is where I've actually started using it, is when I was a little bit younger. You can use the edge sting blitz or the strong eagle slant 3, essentially the same concept. All you're really going to do is you're going to take your linebackers and shade them over to the right hand side, and you're going to crash up or slant out your defensive line, and you've got edge pressure set up. You're going to get a guy burning off the edge. So let's just go ahead and utilize the blitz right here, which we're going to go ahead and attack our opponent with. All right, so the final formation and final blitz we're going to take a look at is going to be out of dollar formation. I actually showed something like this out of the nickel 335, and this is the same type of formation setup. This is a blitz I've actually been running for quite a long time, and it's essentially a very effective blitz that you can actually use against your opponent. Now, basically, we're going to be using a very simple, easy setup. Essentially, three global moves to actually set this blitz up, and you get edge pressure. Now, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and establish a look to my opponent so I can set him up for this strong corner to higher blitz. This is going to go ahead and catch my opponent off guard, and he's not going to be expecting this blitz off the right hand side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use the edge blitz 1 as my base blitz, either in a man version or I'll go to the version which is going to be the Edge Blitz 3. So that actually gives me two different types of versions. I can run this against my opponents. So let's just go ahead and do the Edge Blitz 3 and show you how this sets up. Very simple blitz to do. You want to base a line by hitting your triangle base and your left stick button. You're going to go ahead and take your defensive line and crash them out or slant them outside by taking your left bumper and hitting the right stick slanting outside. And then the last step you're going to do is you're going to take your your linebackers by hitting your right bumper and actually go ahead and take your left stick and actually moving them over like this. Now what's going to happen is essentially you're going to have an edge pressure off the left hand side, basically three defenders going against one, and you should be able to get pressure off the edge like that. So you got fast, easy edge pressure by either a linebacker or a defensive back. So very, very fast pressure off the edge. This has been a blitz concept I've been using for years in this game, and it's very extremely easy to go ahead and use against your opponent. As you can see, this guy comes down, attacks the flats. I'm actually hovering over the middle with my safety. I've got basically two different defenders, and I can take away any kind of crossing routes. And I've got a guy back here, and I got a 3 deep shell. So that's what's great about this particular play, is that the pressure's in so quick, and it's just going to take away my opponent's reads. Now, naturally, your opponent's going to do one of two different things. Well, first and foremost, he might actually block his running back. If he blocks his running back with this particular play, the play is pretty much dead. You're really not going to have an effectiveness. Another thing you do is you can set your opponent up with a different type of a blitz look, and you can actually do this as a game, kind of a mental chess game you're going to play against them. Alright, so the complement of this is going to be the strong corner to fire. Now, this blitz takes a little bit longer to develop, but it's going to really throw off your opponent's reads if he's going to go ahead and try to do this. Now, the key to this blitz is that this is going to roll and try to go ahead and attack the corner, which you don't really want to have that show. So as soon as you get to out of the huddle, you want to base align this particular blitz, and you're going to press, and you're going to take your defensive line or offensive lineman right there and actually go ahead and move them over. All right, so my recommendation is to probably use this defender right here off the left-hand side, but now you're going to have pressure going off to the right-hand side. He's going to think that the blitz is coming from over here, but in actuality, it's going to be coming from the other side. Now, this blitz takes a little bit longer to develop, but because you're actually going to go ahead and just have a corner coming out of nowhere, that's probably going to throw off his read too, especially considering that he might not actually be used to going ahead and seeing this coverage. So that's the one thing that's good about this particular blitz, is that it's just a nice little complement to the edge thing. I wouldn't necessarily say I'd go ahead and jump into this blitz on a regular basis, but it's just one of those plays that I might want to go ahead and use in a long down and distance to really throw off his reads. Alright, so to my subscribers, I really recommend you go ahead and take a look at Zane for Forward Progress, take a look at Swift's channel. Those guys have very good channels, and they actually picked up a couple of the defensive tips that I'm posting on this. Also, if you want more 43 defensive tips, take a look at my Miami playbook. You'll actually go ahead and see multiple different defensive tips broken down out of the 43 playbook. To my subscribers, thank you for your support, and until next time.